Hello everybody. I just wanted to provide you an update here on cryptocurrencies, and let's start with Bitcoin. So we've seen a tremendous move here. We can see it. Let's bring that up here on the weekly. We've seen a tremendous move in Bitcoin here from the very important psychological level 10,000. So it basically has doubled, right? It's just below the 20,000 level. So what we've seen here, like this one was the long-term entry signal, yeah, long here for a long-term holding position in Bitcoin. So that really developed well. We've seen a first initial push. That's a small stop run move and the pullback. So that's a picture perfect pullback, right? So resistance, that was resistance all the way here. We have three touches on the 20,000 as well, like from above here and then from below. That's why it was a very important level, and this is why yeah, the entry signal came here. So resistance has been the 10,000, then it became support, and we can nicely see it here with the pullback. It pulls back into support. We even get a touch, like it tests the 10,000, and as well it tests the 21 moving average. Like on all my charts, the 21 is yeah, it's the most important moving average together with the 200. And we see it's a cluster level, 10,000, 21, and prior support and resistance. So that was a picture perfect test. And after this test, there's some indecisive small bars, which is always good. And then it started to shoot off. So let's see why did that happen? Well, we had these stop run levels here on the left side, and I've talked about that like for many times and over the last couple of months. These are important stop run levels, and this is what we've seen here. Like these couple of weekly bars, maybe up to here, that just completes the stop run move. This just comes out of breaking these levels. But price went further up, and price is way overextended now. So let's see why it did go to. Well, it went actually to the all-time high in Bitcoin here at the 20,000 level, and I've put my alarm because I want to know when it breaks. And that's quite amazing. Like it's a very important stop run level, right? An all-time high always gives you a push higher, but this is a resistance as well. And if the market, if price approaches these levels, or it needs some power and power because it needs force to break through these levels. Like if price is already overextended, it's a little bit like yeah, price is exhausted, right? It has run and it already has spent a lot of energy, but it needs power to break this all-time high. Well, very often what you see is, well, you see a pullback, like price shies away from these levels. And we've seen that there was a big correction, like within last week was just a couple of days. So we see quite a pullback here from 19,500 to 16,300. So that's quite big. But I mean, looking at the chart, it's not big, right? So we cannot see this as a pullback. Like a solid pullback goes back to the 21 moving average towards the 40,000 price level. And very typical with Bitcoin is that you get corrections of 30%, 35%, and this is not a correction we would actually want to see after such a big run up. So what's going to happen now? Well, I actually think, I initially thought that we're going to see price shying away and we get a dip into the 14,000 area. Well, now I've actually had to change my mind. I think we're going to break the all-time high. Now that's quite kind of incredible, and I haven't seen that for a long time. That the price comes up like this, is way overextended, exhausted, and it still has the power to break a very important level, the all-time high. But we might actually see that over the coming days or weeks. Why do I think that? Well, let's come back here into the daily. Here, this is the daily, the run up, very strong and smooth trend. Well, there were a couple of patterns here that were nicely tradable. This is the sell-off, so it's basically a one-day sell-off. And quickly thereafter, just a couple of days later, well, we've got a re-break of that. So a failure to pull back, right? These were the target areas for a healthy pullback. A failure to pull back and a failure to remain below the last low, well, that's a sign of strength. So this re-break is very strong. Shows us that the bulls are very strong. So now we are really close to the all-time high. We're just below it, right? And we've actually touched here. We've touched the all-time high. And now it's really going to be very interesting what the markets are doing. So here as well, I've put the alarm on the all-time high level, and it has just touched it here with this wick on the 4-hour chart. So this is quite amazing, right? So what does that mean? Well, it means that as well, we see this chart here on the monthly chart, we see price is way overextended, right? And it tries to break out of this sideways. All this is a sideways consolidation, and it only like breaks out and has a lot of room to the upside, well, if it breaks this level. That's a very important level. Now, price being overextended, it might actually still have the power to break it. And what happens here is, well, maybe we have new buyers coming into the market. I've talked about that already last year. In October last year, I've published an article about that Bitcoin is moving into an institutional market. And this is what we see here. We've got a constant buying. But what we have as well is we've got a lot of new retail traders or investors getting into the field of cryptocurrencies. Like you might have heard that PayPal now allows or is starting to allow like buying and selling of cryptocurrencies. And we have other like retail companies like Square who are moving in that space as well. So we basically have like institutional buyers coming in that are big, coming into a small market, cryptocurrencies, and we have a big number of small retail buyers coming in, and typically they get very excited. We might actually see here a break of this all-time high soon. And if this happens, well, then the next target, we might get a stop run move that might bring us quickly into this area of 24, 25, 20, 26,000. When price being overextended, we'll see a pullback of 30, in the degree of 30-40% sooner or later, but it might not be a time yet. So it would be nice if this sideways consolidation breaks to the upside, because it's basically the final confirmation that we are in a new exponential bull leg. A similar bull leg we've seen here, right? Going into the year 2017, that was very profitable for crypto traders, not only in Bitcoin but in the other macro caps as well as altcoins. Now let's have a quick look here at other big coins, the macro caps. So this is Ethereum, and you can see Ethereum is still like is lagging Bitcoin, right? So we're way below the all-time high, but it looks very constructive here. And this level, well, that's a very next important level, 835. As Bitcoin moves higher, we can see as well with Ethereum, it has broken to a new high. If Bitcoin moves higher, like the macro coins will move as well. Let's have a look at Litecoin. You see Litecoin even lags even more, and that's a great starting position, right? To at some point of time there will be a catch up. Like now, a lot of institutional money is moving into Bitcoin, but these secondary macro coins are very good for investments too, long-term investments. So this is lagging, has a lot of potential. Or Ripple, we've seen a lot of well, Ripple was lagging tremendously, right? But this has just made a big move. This is a stop run move. If you don't know what a stop run move is, well, let's have a look at that. This is how it looks like, right? What did it run over? Well, we had a stop run level here, clearly, these two wick highs. We had another one, this wick high. Pronounced levels are the best stop run levels. And we've got this wick here, we've got this wick here, but then ultimately this wick. So this stop run move, that's a weekly chart. So we had 2 weeks. These 2 weeks took out 1, 2, 3, 4 stop run levels, and that's what you get, right? A big slingshot move. And that's obviously nice because it started. This might be the start of a long-term uptrend here in Ripple. big yeah, big bullish bars are often the start of something much bigger coming up. So this has obviously potential to break the high, so to break the $3 level. Currently we're at 0.6, so there's a lot of room obviously to develop. This is Bitcoin Cash, one of the important macro coins as well. You can see this one is even lagging even more and way below the all-time high. So we might actually see a similar move, big bullish bar as we've seen with Ripple. So we might get, if Bitcoin breaks to a new all-time high, we will actually see Bitcoin Cash start and come in and create a big move. Let's have a look at that. Well, we have two stop run levels, this one and this one close by. So this should get a good bullish move higher. Then there's another one and another one. So we might get a triggering effect, and Bitcoin Cash could move to the 800 level, right, from the current. So it could easily double within the next couple of weeks. So let's see how everything develops. Very interesting and amazing times indeed. Thank you.